Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. The Higher Committee for Oman University project discusses developments and stage achievements of the project of Oman University. Corporate Social Responsibility Oman 2014 discusses sustainability policies and their positive impact in the local community. And employment at private higher education institutions and challenges topped the open meeting between the Ministry of Higher Education and Ministry of Manpower. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent cable greetings to His Excellency President Dr. Ashraf Ghani of Afghanistan on his election and performing the constitutional oath as a new president of the country. Developments and stage achievements of the project Oman University, as well as following up implementation of previous recommendations and decisions, top discussions of the Higher Committee for Oman University project at its third meeting of the year, chaired by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan and chairman of the committee. The meeting included a visual display of proposed drafts for identity of the university by a specialized consultancy company for approval of the Higher Committee, as well as a report by a technical committee about timeline related to construction of the university. The meeting also discussed project plan, policy preparation, putting up legal, administrative and financial system, besides social context and interaction to serve visions and plans specified for the university. Employment at private higher education institutions and challenges which face them at some laws issued by the Ministry of Manpower were highlighted aspects of the open meeting, which was organized by the Ministry of Higher Education with a number of officials at the Ministry of Manpower. The meeting discussed granting initial approvals for leadership positions, academics, academic supporters, technical and administration jobs and workers. It also reviewed part-time jobs at a number of private higher education institutions which required to assign foreign academics, and the Ministry of Manpower prevent any part-time jobs for non-Omanis. The meeting also discussed occupational titles, where the titles included at Unified Arab and Gulf Directory for vocational classification and characterization does not meet the variables at accredited specializations at private higher education institutions. Corporate Social Responsibilities CSR Oman 2014, a summit that has brought together the Omani business community to debate and discuss the CSR changing role, was inaugurated in Muscat under the auspices of His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al-Habsi, Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Planning. The panel discussions with participation of international experts focused on the work of government institutions towards supporting the adoption of CSR and sustainability policies and their positive impact in the local community. The discussion of the government outlook focused on the current infrastructure and network for successful CSR initiatives and illustrated the success of CSR initiatives in making an impact on social and community development. The Economic Committee in the Shura Council is still studying the Sultan's Competitive Report 2014. In addition to discussing law of small and medium enterprises and amending the tender law. It came while His Excellency Slayem bin Ali Al-Hakmani, Chairman of the Economic Committee in Shura Council, announced to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television. His Excellency also said that the committee has a number of topics such as a competitive report, adding that the committee is about to host some bodies concerned in this report. So they review the shortage points, avoid them in the future, and gives some solutions. He also added that the committee studying SMEs law, wishing to finish the study as soon as possible then transferred to the Shura Council. Chairman of the Economic Committee said that they are getting ready to receive 2015 budget and such works transfer from other government bodies. The Economic Committee in the State Council works on integrated study in the private sector role in the community. It came when Honorable Engineer Salim bin Saeed Al-Ghattami, Chairman of the Economic Committee in State Council, announces that to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television. His Excellency the Chairman said that they are studying the role of the private sector, adding that one of the recommendations will be related to this subject. He also stressed that this study will review the private sector from all aspects. He added that some laws were approved in the previous days relating to the role of this sector to contribute in activating the economic movement in the community. Mina Camp is preparing to receive pilgrims starting from Water Day. Oman Hajj Mission continues to achieve maintenance works in Omani Pilgrims Camp. The Omani Mission works according to planned study to achieve all these duties. Omani Scouts and Royal Oman Police also have a great role to help pilgrims before and during the Hajj session. They are working inside Mina Camp and in all holy sites. Within activities of Oman Hajj Mission at the Holy Land, Sheikh Aflah bin Ahmed Al-Khalili, head of Omani Hajj Mission, met at the mission's premises in the Mecca today. His Eminence Ali Qali, head of Iranian Hajj Mission. Talks covered numerous matters of joint concern, especially that related to Hajj matters and that would facilitate performing Hajj rituals at ease. Sheikh Aflah bin Ahmed Al-Khalili, head of Omani Hajj Mission, also met Dr. Ahmed bin Bahar, head of Palestinian Hajj Mission. They exchanged experiences and knowledge that related to Hajj rituals and serving pilgrims, as well as strengthening bonds of unity among Muslims. Still to come in our news bulletin, portable waterline supply project at a number of villages in the Wilayat of Nizwa reaches advanced stages. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. A march of relations that bind the Sultanate with the United Kingdom was viewed at the meeting of His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, and Lieutenant General Sir Simon Marriott, Special Advisor to the British Defence Minister for Middle East Affairs. They had cordial talks and discussed the issues of concern to both countries for achieving joint interest and matters of common concern. His Excellency Said Badr bin Saud bin Harib al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, discussed aspects of military cooperation existing between the Sultanate and the United Kingdom at a meeting with Lieutenant General Sir Simon Marriott, Special Advisor to the British Defence Minister for Middle East Affairs, and Lieutenant General Thomas Bucket from the British Defence Ministry. They also discussed a number of matters of joint concern. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, met at a Shafaq Club of Sultan's Armed Forces with Lieutenant General Sir Simon Marriott, Special Advisor to the British Defence Minister for Middle East Affairs, and Lieutenant General Thomas Bucket from the British Defence Ministry. They exchanged points of view and discussed a number of matters of mutual concern. Enhancing relations in the tourism field between the Sultanate and Cyprus, as well as exchanging expertise, were the center of discussions between His Excellency Ahmed bin Nasser Al-Mahrazi, Minister of Tourism, and His Excellency Yorgos Lakotipris, Minister of Energy, Commerce, Industry and Tourism of Cyprus. They also discussed means to establish joint tourism projects that benefit both countries. During the meeting, His Excellency the Minister of Tourism briefed the Cypriot guest with the Sultan's strategy to develop tourism sector. Exchanging expertise in tourism field and ways of developing work mechanisms to upgrade intra-regional tourism between the Sultanate and Zanzibar topped the talks of His Excellency Ahmed bin Nasser Al-Mahrazi, Minister of Tourism, with His Excellency Saeed Ali Mubarak, Minister of Media, Tourism, Culture and Sports in Zanzibar. The two sides reviewed the mechanisms of facilitating procedures for tourists, the possibility of cooperation in tourism through setting up touristic projects, and the role played by the Sultanate to help develop the touristic program of all levels in Zanzibar. His Excellency Abdulaziz bin Mohammed Al Rawas, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs, met in his office Arab journalists who are participating in the second Omani Women Journalists Dialogue, organized by Oman Journalists Association. They reviewed activities and various media aspects of Omani women journalism and their contribution in the Blessed Renaissance March. They also viewed efforts of Arab Journalism Association in support for women and activating their role and potentials at all levels participations. The Omani Journalists Association organized an opening ceremony for the second Omani Women Journalism Dialogue. More details in the following report by Sultan bin Saif Al Sarai.
The event was opened under the auspices of Her Highness Dr. Muna bint Fahad Al Saeed, and it started with the association speech followed by a short movie, and then the first dialogue started.
Such dialogues are really important because it allows us to bring to light some of the main issues facing Omani women, especially in the area of media. And it's a chance for them to discuss, the latest issues, whatever innovations have come in this field, but also to discuss their common problems, how to find solutions, how to take care of them. I think it also encourages more women to become part of the media and take responsibility in Omani media, and I hope they come out with important ideas and solutions that we will see in the coming years.
This event will continue until tomorrow, and it came up with many valuable aims, such as enriching and enhancing the role of Omani women in the social development, introducing the aims of the Omani Women Journalist Affairs Committee, and to figure out the difficulties and challenges that face the Omani women journalism path in the Sultanate.
The points raised in this conference or this gathering, they don't call it conference, are very important actually, because the stress is on the role of women. How can women empower women in all fields?
Two dialogues held in today's program. The first was about the journalistic women, difficulties and challenges, and the second dialogue was about media role in making women's participation successful at the Shura Council, where many well-known media figures from inside and outside the Sultanate participated in the discussion. After that, a workshop held about professional principles of media coverage at parliamentary elections.
We're always trying to shed light on women's journalistic role at social development, and especially encouraging women to join the Shura Council elections by journalist empowerment.
Oman Journalist Association was established in 2004 by a ministerial decision issued by the Minister of Social Development with the aim to protect the Omani journalism values. Women in the Sultanate of Oman shares various things with men to build this country, where she feels very comfortable because all her rights have been saved, and this can be the first reason of her unlimited creativity. Sultan bin Saif Sarai, Muscat.
In order to reach the finest and most comprehensive services for people with special needs and within Tawasul or communication program, the Directorate General of Disabled People in Al Khawd celebrated the inauguration and operation of buses to serve Al Wafa centers for qualifying disabled children in various governorates of the Sultanate. It was presided over by His Excellency Nasser bin Khamis Al Jashmi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Finance. These buses will help in boarding process directly through hydraulic jack. This project expresses social responsibility among private and governmental institutions in serving the society. Royal Oman Police ROP concluded its participation in the International Military Music Festival Tattoo in the Netherlands. ROP Music presented various performances and musical shows during the 7-day festival held in Rotterdam City. International music pieces were also played within the activities with a distinctive participation by Omani women. At the end, ROP Music Band made its musical performance around the streets of the city, which was crowded with audience interacting with it until reaching the front of the Office of Mayor of Rotterdam, who eventually was in the reception. Portable waterline supply project, which is implemented by the Public Authority for Electricity and Water at a number of villages in the Wilayat of Nizwa, reached advanced stages, and it valued more than 24 million Omani Riyals. Water tanks with high storage capacities and expand pipeline networks, which exceeded 400 kilometers long, are currently implemented. The project formed an important addition to citizens' lives to ensure providing potable water, which reached them directly from the desalination plant in the Wilayat of Barka in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. On a related level, Engineer Ahmed bin Nasser Al-Abri, Projects Manager at the Public Authority for Electricity and Water, clarified that the work is in progress to complete the procedures related to the completion of drawings and consultancy works, in addition to tenders procedures to implement projects of expanding water lines in the Wilayat of Bidbid, Iski and Alhambra in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of scattered rains over the Hajar Mountains and the nearby areas. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate along the coastal areas of the Sea of Oman, while it will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate over the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast of the Sea of Oman will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters, and along the rest of the coast it will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Higher Committee for Oman University Project discusses developments and stage achievements of the project of Oman University. Corporate Social Responsibility Oman 2014 discusses sustainability policies and their positive impact in the local community. And employment at private higher education institutions and challenges top the open meeting between the Minister of Higher Education and Ministry of Manpower. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, thanks for watching. Good night.